Harry went mad. Cory Vitiello exposes Meg's disgusting nature. She slept with me many times. Meghan Markle was still living with Canadian society chef Cory Vitiello when she went on her first date with Prince Harry, a recently published biography claimed. Tom Bower, a biographer who has been vocal in his criticism of Harry and Meghan and who has been called the Witchfinder General by the Daily Mail for the excoriating takedowns of his subjects, has caused a media stir in the UK with the publication of his book Revenge, Harry, Meghan and the War Between the Windsors. Among a number of sensational claims, including that Meghan made sister-in-law Kate Middleton cry at a bridesmaid's dress fitting despite telling Oprah Winfrey that the opposite occurred, Bower wrote that Meghan was still living with Vitiello when she was set up on a date with Prince Harry in London in 2016. Bower wrote that the romantic relationship between Meghan and Vitiello had drawn to a close by the time Meghan left for a visit to Europe in the summer of 2016, but that though having discussed how to end their relationship, Vitiello was still living in the couple's shared home. Meghan and Vitiello had met, according to Bower, in 2014 in Toronto, where he was a renowned restaurateur, well known among Canada's high society cohort. On 10th of July, 2014, after eating at his restaurant with the Suits cast, Meghan wrote a gushing review in the TIG. Bower wrote, "Cory was dubbed my very favourite chef." Shortly afterwards, Vitiello ended a relationship and started to date Meghan, Bower continued. Together they rented a 3-bedroomed home in the city's Annex district. Meghan was introduced to many of the key players in the Canadian world of celebrity through Vitiello, including Jessica Mulroney, who would become one of the future royals' closest friends. As Mulroney's husband, Ben, was the son of Canadian Prime Minister Brian Mulroney, that meant Meghan was also introduced to Canada's dynastic political families, including the Trudeaus. By the summer of 2016, Meghan and Vitiello's romance had reportedly run its course, with Bower writing that Meghan sought a new romance on her planned visit to Britain, where she was considering moving. In Britain, Meghan and Harry were reportedly set up on a date by a high society publicist for Ralph Lauren, who dressed Meghan for 2 appearances at Wimbledon during her stay. Bower identified the matchmaker as Violet von Westenholz, the daughter of a close friend of Prince Charles and a childhood playmate of Princes William and Harry. In her empathetic manner, according to Bower, Meghan persuaded Violet, a sensitive soul, to arrange a blind date with Harry. The Prince and Meghan bonded during the date over their shared passion for humanitarian work and philanthropy, as they discussed in their engagement interview a year later. Bower said the pair agreed to meet again, and 2 weeks later Harry secretly flew to Toronto. He stayed for about 1 week in the house of a friend of Meghan's, probably Jessica Mulroney. Moreover, Meghan court date with Rory McIlroy. Bower's sensational book Revenge, Meghan, Harry and the War Between the Windsors, released this week, reveals that Meghan Markle and Rory McIlroy first met in 2014, after he nominated her to take part in the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge. This social media challenge was a sensation that summer and raised hundreds of millions for research into the killer disease. Rory's nomination of the actress, at the time best known for her role in the series Suits, was unexpected, Bower wrote, but Meghan accepted the challenge on condition that Rory came to her friend's apartment and personally poured the bucket over her on the balcony. After the video was posted, the two went to the Fitzpatrick Hotel for a drink. The evening in New York also included dinner at Cipriani with 20 friends, but when morning came, Rory's golf game suffered. The following morning, McIlroy arrived at the Ringwood Golf Course to play in a new competition. Worse for wear, after a hectic night, he fell back to 101st place. His performance suffered. "I wasn't quite on my game," he confessed. "I was enjoying myself," writes Bower. The friendship between Rory and Meghan continued for a while longer. Bower details that they met in Dublin in October of 2014 for dinner while Meghan was attending a conference in the Irish capital. One of the Irish papers got wind of the date and said they were looking very cozy during the meal, which annoyed Meghan's live-in boyfriend at the time, Canadian chef Cory Vitiello, who understandably was annoyed by the report. But Meghan made it clear that she and the golfer were only friends.